Winds in the east, there's a mist coming in, like something is brewing and about to begin. Can't put my finger on what lies in store,
but I feel what's to happen all happened before. A father, a mother, a daughter, a son. The threads of their lives are all raveling undone. Something is needed to twist them as tight as a string you might use when you're flying a kite. Chim chimney, chim chim, tree chim cheroo.
Those little beasts have run away from me for the last time. Have you looked at the nanny in the house? Me, that's who. I've said my say, Mrs. Burrell. I've done with this house forever.
Well, good riddance then. And to mind you don't stumble on your way out.
Where's she going? What on earth am I going to say to Mr. Banks?
What is all this commotion?
Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, although your domain. Thus I remain the servant of Cherry Tree Lane. Coat! Winifred, you engaged 6 nannies in the last 4 months, and they've all been unqualified disasters. A nanny should govern, a nanny should rule. A nanny is a pedagogue who suffers the fool. A nanny's a stalwart our children would gain by having such a nanny in Cherry Tree Lane. Briefcase. Umbrella.
We could find someone like your old nanny.
Please, human alive commands Miss Andrews' standards of efficiency. Besides, we can never afford someone of her caliber. Now, place the advertisement in the Times stating that Jane and Michael Banks require the best possible nanny at the lowest possible wage.
Father, we've written an advertisement.
What on earth?
Please, George, I think we should hear it.
If you want this choice position, have a cheery disposition, rosy cheeks, new warts.
That's the part I put in.
Play games, all sorts. You must be kind, you must be witty, very sweet and very
Oh,
pretty.
the ridiculous.
George, please.
Take us on outings, give us treats,
Sing songs, bring sweets.
we will hide your spectacles so you can see.
Put toad in your bed or pepper in your tea.
Hurry, nanny, many thanks.
Sincerely,
Jane
and Michael Banks.
That's quite enough. Turn her up for one day. Will you please go to nursery and let me get to work?
They will only try to help.
It won't help anyone to make me late. Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task.
the children, the servants, all your domain.
Thus I remain the sovereign.
You remain the sovereign
A cherry tree.
Good morning.
Yes?
I've come in answer to the advertisement.
What advertisement? We haven't placed any advertisements.
Now let's see. Plays, games, all sorts, which I most certainly can. Take us on outings, give us treats.
Michael, it's our advertisement.
Rosy cheeks and very pretty. There's no objection on that, God, I would hope.
Oh, none at all.
I'm glad to hear it.
But, Oh, take her with Mrs. Banks. She manages all that side of things. And nothing domestic has anything to do with me. And don't forget the references.
I make it a rule never to give references.
I see.
I'll see the children now. Thank you.
Of course. You'll find they're very lovely children. Now this is... Oh.
Mary Poppins. Jane, don't stare and close your mouth, Michael. We are not a codfish. Best foot forward, spit sport.
Mrs. Brill, we have a new nanny.
She passed an interview then.
Or I did.
A very tidy nursery, I must say. Tidier than I was expecting. Who's responsible for this?
Mrs. Me. I am. Like to keep things neat.
Do you indeed? Well, I look forward to making use of that. If there's one thing I appreciate, it's a child whose word I can depend on. Now, first things first, I always say the proper place to hang a hat is on a hat stand.
There's nothing in it. Better keep an eye on this one. She's tricky. Mary Poppins, how could you know what we wanted in a nanny when we made our list?
Your list? I'm not an item in the weekly shop, thank you very much.
How did you come then? It's as if the wind just threw you here.
It did. Now stand over there. Just as I thought, a noisy, mischievous, troublesome little boy.
You're making that up. A noisy, mischievous trouble.
Now you. Thoughtless, short-tempered and untidy.
I do believe you. Let me see. What about your measurements, Mary Poppins?
I'm practically perfect in every way.
Practically perfect.
So people say. Each virtue virtually knows no bound. Each trait is great and patently sound. I'm practically perfect from head to toe. If I had a fault, it would never dare to show. I'm so practically perfect in every way. Now perhaps you two have a few questions.
Not incremental.
Never.
Not grouchy or gruff.
Very thought.
Will you stay tender when the going gets tough?
Quite the contrary.
Do you read stories without a big fuss? Or have objections to being with us?
Some minor improvements may not go amiss, but at all times you must remember this. I like games, but I choose.
That's not fair!
I said it was fair. I said I was practically perfect, and here's my way. By the time I leave here, you both will be the same. You'll be practically perfect.
Practically perfect.
We will be practically perfect in every way. Come along, children. Best foot forward, spit spot.
I likes and I likes what I do. Today I'm a screever, and as you can see, a screever's an artist of highest degree, and it's all me own work from me own memory. Stay right where you are. I know that silhouette anywhere. Mary Poppins.
It's nice to see you, Bert.
Well, I must say, you do look swell.
He can't know you. You've only just arrived.
I wasn't born 1 minute before I walked into your house, Microwings. Have you met these two, Bert?
I've seen them running about, chasing a kite.
This is a real kite.
So, what are you up to?
Mary Poppins says it's a game. It's called Walk in the Park. Some game. Rather it's spinach.
Oh, come along, Bert.
You can't come with us. We're too dirty. Besides, we don't want to go to the stinky park anyway.
Oh, yes, you do. Because when you walk with Mary Poppins, you go to places you've never dreamed of. All that it takes is a spark. And something as plain as a park becomes a wonderland. All you have to do is look anew, then you'll understand why it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Mary makes her heart so light.
Oh, really?
When the day is grey and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright.
You do talk nonsense, Bert.
Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the
I'm
dove.
the faintest idea what.
When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band.
You have enough bras for all of us.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Come on, you two.
Boring, just like other nannies thinking parks are good for us. It's just statues, ducks, and grannies. I don't understand all the fuss. Is she doing it to spy us? We could lose her for her luck. Perhaps it's all a plot. I'll tell you what, she seems so different, but I bet she's not. There is nothing to excite us in the park. What was that?
You're quite wrong, you know. When you take a walk with Mary, anything can happen.
What? Who are you?
I'm Nelius, and I've waited half a century to take a walk on a sunny day like this. Each man out with his dog will stand a call to see us that you take a gentle jog.
It's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Mary makes your heart so light. When the day is grey and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright. Oh, happiness is blooming all around us. The daffodils are smiling at the door. When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. us. Will you marry Poppins?
I'll stay until the wind changes. Now run along in.
George, Jane and Michael want to say goodnight.
Tell them you give me the message.
George, please.
Oh, Daddy, we had a fantastic day. We sang with the busker and danced with the statue. You wouldn't have approved, but...
If you know that, then why did you do it?
Daddy, could I have a kite? A purple one?
Could you fly
You
it?
could always teach me.
When would I have time to do that? Now please, let me get on. Good night.
Poor Michael. All he cares about is flying kites.
I used to love flying kites at this age, but my nanny, Miss Andrews, soon frightened it out of me.
Is it out of the question to do without a nanny?
Oh, don't be absurd. All the best people have nannies, so their wives can do charity work and entertain. Which reminds me, how's your tea party coming on?
I'm not sure. It seems so odd to send out invitations to people I hardly know.
But the people you should know. Remember, by your friends shall ye be judged.
But that's the point. They're not my friends.
Winifred, dearest, I'm only thinking of you. Are you going to say something to Mary Poppins about this afternoon?
I don't think so.
Very well, but make sure she's doing things our way and not hers.
Winds do change, tides can turn, sink or swim. See what you learn. Me, I was told when I was small, just learn a trade. So I learned them all. Chim chimney, chim chim tree.
I've not been exchanged for the fairies for a total nincompoop. I'll just go and check the drawing room.
I'd like to be helpful.
I'd like to be rich, but destiny thought otherwise.
Mother wants you in the drawing room. She said you can tell Roberts and I what to do.
Is she indeed?
Please, Mrs. Burrell, I don't mind, honest.
Okay, I'll give you one task and one task only. Put the icing tools next to the cake. Do you think you can manage that?
Is that all?
For you, yes. For me, no. I swear, a slave in ancient Rome was on a pleasure cruise compared to my life in this house.
Michael, why don't we make the icing?
Because we don't know how.
Don't be so feeble. Get the eggs in the flour.
There are eggs and icing.
They're hot in mine. Roberts and I, bring me the cake.
Hot, hot! Mrs. Brill, go up and get ready now.
What have you done? Roberts and I? Roberts and I? Oh dear. Should I call a doctor?
I don't think that would be necessary, ma'am.
Children, you know how important my party is. You deserve some very nasty medicine. Just you wait till bedtime.
Oh, I don't think we should wait until then, ma'am. Why not run up and get changed? We'll clear up, won't we?
Oh, we're not ill. I won't take it and you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things, your information is faulty. Open.
It's strawberry ice.
Now you.
I'm not sure I like strawberry ice.
I'm not sure I care. Open. cordial. Now, Michael, I know you like to keep things neat, and Jane.
Told you she was tricky. My sweet, can't Robinson I do when he wakes up? He is a servant.
With that attitude, you'll go through a lot of stuff before you're very old. Besides, in every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find fun and snap. The jobs are game, and every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake. And look, as free, it's very clear to see that a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in most delightful way. Oh, my point exactly. The honeybees fetch the nectar from the flower to the comb, never tired of the buzzing to and fro, because they take a little nip from every flower that they see, and hence they find their task is not a grind. For a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Right yourself, please, Spitsport. Up we go, Roberts and I.
Worker.
To do it. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Delightful, in a most delightful way. We'll be off now, ma'am. Come along, children. Best foot forward. Spitsport.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Apparently this came this morning and Roberts and I forgot to give them to you. Our apologies, ma'am, from your guests. They're not coming. None of them.
Do you think we chose the wrong day?
No, ma'am. I think you asked the wrong people.
In a most delightful way.
Mary Poppins, where are we going today?
I thought we could play our next game.
What game?
Our visit to the bay.
This is a game. Did Daddy agree? If he did, you must have put that into his head somehow.
What an impertinent thing to say. Me putting ideas in other people's heads. Really?
An order, cogs in a wheel. Opening closing a deal. Prudent investment, financial sense. Real sunshine, cherries and pence. Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Good morning. Thanks, a word. I see Herr von Husser is coming in again today. Have you made your decision?
I believe so, sir.
Good, good. Be sure it's the right one.
In every transaction, credit or debt, she's a well-balanced, tongue-in, tongue-net.
My security force is more than adequate in Latin America's an expanding market. Have you no courage?
But Mr. Von Hustler, what I haven't been able to grasp is what exactly is your final product?
What do you think? Money, of course.
Yes, money, but I wonder, making money out of money, is that enough?
Are you man enough to be a banker?
Assessing the market, limit the risk. Let's room for error. Risk.
Have you come to your decision, Mr. Banks? It's a town of good people whose future depends on you.
I know that.
Give us this chance. The factory could be running in weeks and expanding before the year's out. Please, Mr. Banks, I'd give it everything I've got.
I believe you, Miss Rudolph, but I'm trying to find a way, but how can I be sure the money will be safe?
What about my workforce? They'll make it safe. My men have dreams. To earn an honest living, a wife and kids, a home to call their own. If you'd invest in us today, it paves the way. I promise we'd repay the...
I'm sorry, Mr. Rudolph, but I...
Hello, Daddy!
What on earth are you doing here? Can't you see I am busy?
No, we're done. And no man should be too busy for his own children. What are you here for, young man? Have you come for some money as well?
Hardly would they need money for.
Well, it's never too early to learn its value.
I know the value of this. 6 pence.
You know that's its worth. Its value is in how you spend it. Do good, and may you have good luck.
And what do you say to Mr. Northbrook?
Thank you.
I'll wait outside.
When I was a little boy, I would never dare interrupt my father.
Were you ever a little boy?
Of course. And my nanny, Miss Andrew, kept me on my father's way.
What about your mother?
I hardly saw either of them more than once a week.
Then who kissed you tonight? Miss Andrews?
Certainly not. There was no time for hugs and kisses, all that soppy nonsense.
Poor Daddy. When you invest in the bank's money, what are you looking for, Daddy? A good man or a good idea?
I suppose I should say a good idea, but a good man is much more valuable.
Come along, children.
Mr. Von Hustler, I consider your arguments, but I'm afraid my answer is no.
So you don't recognize a good idea?
Perhaps not, but I recognize a good man when I see one.
You will regret this, Herr Banks.
A man with dreams, and life hasn't broken. A man with hopes, ambitions to fulfill. A man you're certain at first glance deserves a chance. Now, Mr. Northbrook, when exactly can the new factory open?
Thank you, sir. You won't regret this.
She's not in the least tolerable.
But she's just a bundle of rags.
When will you learn to look past what you see? Each day to the steps of St. Paul's, the little old-haired woman comes in her own special way to the people she calls.
Come by my bags full of clothes. Come here. And you'll be glad if you do.
Hello, Mary. Hello, kids.
We're off to Mrs. Corey's talking shop. Care to join us?
Talking shop? Here's Mrs. Corey.
Who's Mrs. Corey? Mrs. Corey is older than anyone in the world. She talked to William before he went conquering, to Vlad before he went impaling, and to Alexander before he weren't so great.
That's impossible.
Anything can happen if you let it.
She knows us.
And how is poor little Georgie?
Ew.
Georgie Banks! Your father! He used to give us the slip and come into my shop here in secret. I remember Georgie used to love my gingerbread stars. Now, Mary Poppins, what can I do for you?
Well, I did want an ounce of conversations.
I'm out of conversations, and I'm right out of words, too. Ooh, but I do have some letters.
Ah, now let's see what words we can make.
Rotoplex.
Lapidative Varus.
Those don't count. You made them up.
And where do you think words came from in the first place? Somebody had to make them up.
You know, we can always use the same letters more than once. Now let's see. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious.
That's not a word.
Of course it's a word. And unless I'm very much mistaken, I think it's a rather useful one. When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to leaf through lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word. A little spontaneity keeps conversation keen. You need to find a way to say precisely what you mean. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Stone Age men were chatting, simply grunting would suffice.
Now if they heard this word, they might have used it once or twice.
I'm sure the Roman Empire only entered the abyss because those Latin scholars never had a word like this.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even saying it softly, the effect can be hypnosis. If your breath before you speak, in case it's halitosis. Yeah. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Until it
You know you can say backwards, which is so good I says it to the guy for the creeps.
She may be tricky, but she's bloody good.
So when the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for dismay. Just summon up this word and then you've got to what to say.
Pick out those 18 consonants and 16 vowels as well, and put them in order, which is very hard to spell.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Smarty pants. Here we go.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilistic. Supercalifragilistic.
so early. Is everything all right?
No, everything's all wrong. After he refused to loan the bank's money to some German chap, he went to our chief rivals. They gave him the money and now it looks set to be a gold mine.
Oh well, they can't expect you to get it right every time.
That's exactly what they expect.
Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud
That is more than loud enough. Go to your room. Mary Poppins, you're here to teach the children's manners and just look at them.
George, you're tired. Mary Poppins, perhaps you could keep the children occupied in the nursery tonight.
That's not fair. Teddy loses his temper when we're shut up in the nursery. Teddy's mean and wrong and I hate him.
Jane, you take that back this instant. I will not have you criticize your father. Take the children upstairs, please, Mary Poppins. George, if you have troubles, I'd like to share them.
Don't worry, you will. I've been suspended without salary till they decide what to do with me.
Twists and turns, ups and downs. One moment smiles, the next moment frowns. But bad-tempered faces had better change quick, 'cause if the wind changes, the face might just stick. Chim chimney, chim chim, chiree chim chiroo.
Why does Daddy get so cross? Father's supposed to look after the children, not yell at them all the time.
Maybe, but have you ever asked yourself who looks after the fathers when things go wrong?
The mothers, I suppose.
Not the children.
Wouldn't that be rather upside down?
Sometimes families are upside down. For a while, anyway.
I don't want an upside down family. I wish I could just run away. Then why don't you? 'Cause you'd miss me. No, I wouldn't.
That's enough, you two. Now into bed at once.
Mary Poppins, I wish you'd just leave us alone.
You should be careful of the things you wish for.
Don't you ever stop?
Govern your temper, or your temper will govern you.
I'm sick and tired of your stupid sayings and your stupid games.
Just get into bed.
Fine, but I won't go to sleep, and you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things,
Your information
is faulty. Playing the game, having a ball. Those who won't play, shan't play at all. Will we meet again? Maybe when they've learned to play the game.
Where the smoke is all billowed and curled, between pavement and stars is a chimney's wave swirl. Where there's hardly no day, nor hardly no night, things halfway in shadow and halfway in light. On the rooftops of London, whew, what a sight.
Joining the sweeps tonight, are we?
Best view in the world, eh? Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim tree. A sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim true.
Good luck will rub off when he shakes hands with you.
Or blow me a kiss,
Bet.
and that's lucky too. Oh, you're going then?
The wind has changed.
But they're good kids, Mary.
Would I be bothering with them if they weren't? But I can't help them if they won't let me.
So,
So they'll have to do this next bit on their own. Cheerio, Bert. Keep an eye on them for me.
Where's Mary Poppins?
gone.
Gone?
Why?
Because that's what she's written in this note. Dear Jane and Michael, keep playing the games. Au revoir, Mary Poppins.
A more
It's French. It means to meet again. Now come inside, catch your breath.
Chim chim. Chim chimney chim chim. Tree chim cheroo.
We will be taking a brief intermission, so feel free to roam around and buy some Sarah's candy bars. And remember, anything can happen if you let it, except bringing food or drink into the auditorium. Thank you.
As tidy as I can make it, ma'am. Seeing as how for the past 6 weeks I've had all the work to do looking after the children ever since she left. And now I've had all the work to do getting the house ready to welcome her back.
If only you knew how hard it was to track her down.
Really, ma'am? Fancy that.
It is her, isn't it, Mrs. Sproul?
Well, I don't know who else.
The note said till we meet again.
George, dear, you're going to be surprised.
Wilfred, you know very well I hate surprises.
Oh, George, I do believe you're going to be proud of me. Hurry up, everybody. I want her to find everything spit, spot, spick, and span.
Spick and span. Our sense of excitement is hard to contain. Wonders returning. Someone is returning to cherish rewind.
Good morning.
The Holy Terror!
Good morning. Miss Andrew, I do hope you had a good journey.
It was thoroughly unpleasant. Where did George go?
I'm afraid he had an urgent appointment.
It's not much of a house, is it?
Well, we like it.
Then it doesn't take a lot to keep you happy. Look at the dust there and there. Filth!
Now, just a minute.
Ah, you must be the children. Pity I don't suppose you know who I am.
Yes, we do. You're the Holy Terror.
Impudent boy! Why aren't you wearing your stockings?
I don't like them.
Tut! What manners! I can see that there is not a minute to lose. These children have been spoiled. I've arrived here just in time. By chance I brought the punishment that best befits the crime. Brimstone and treacle and carve elixir, these are the tools of my trade. With spoonfuls of sugar, you don't have a hope of seeing that changes are made. Open!
Does it taste as bad as it smells?
Worse. Open! Your son will go to boarding school at once. As for the girl, I shall take charge of her myself. I won't stand for whining or whinging or whimpering, crying or lying or sobbing or simpering. I think it's clear that in these two such bad habits lie.
I'm disappointed. I truly am. I thought it was going to be her with the umbrella.
What are we going to do? The only thing we can do. Run away!
What's the matter and who's after you?
The nastiest nanny in the world.
She really as bad as all that?
She looks like something that was young. Miss Andrew was Daddy's nanny, which explains a lot. Poor Daddy, ever since he stopped working, he just sits and mopes. Mary Poppins used to say we could help him, but now it's too late.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I'll tell you what. Why don't we start things off with a bit of a shake for good luck?
Why would shaking hands with you bring us luck?
Didn't anyone ever tell you it's lucky to shake a chimney sweep's hand?
Michael, look! A real one! What's the matter? You've always wanted to fly a proper kite.
I always wanted to fly one with Daddy.
Oh, of course you have, but you need to know how it's done. Get some training in and you'll make him the proudest father in the old bloomin' empire. With toppings and paper for strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight with your fists holding tight to the strings of your kite.
Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite.
Reel it in.
I can't. It's stuck. I'll help.
You can do it. Pull one more time.
Mary Poppins, I knew you'd come back.
Don't squeeze, I'm not a sardine in a tin. And where are your coats?
We didn't have time to put them on because we ran away.
Have you indeed?
Oh, Mary Poppins, it's been so awful since you went away, and Miss Andrews come and Daddy's ruined, and we never got to help him like you wanted us to, and
Oh my eye, but your life's a tragedy. Now let's run along home and don't dawdle.
But she's there. She came this morning as a surprise to Daddy.
Did she indeed? Well, maybe I'll be a surprise for her. Hello, Bert.
Welcome, Mary. You're a sight for sore eyes.
you really are Mary Poppins. Welcome back.
Come along, children.
Aren't you going to shake hands with Bert for that?
I don't need any luck. Thank you.
Not like that, you stupid boy! You stay there and clean the grate again! So, you've decided to come crawling back, have you? Who are you?
I'm Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins! But you left without notice.
And I've come back without notice.
I see. And what do you expect me to do?
Pack.
Pack! You insolent young person, how dare you speak to me this way? Brimstone and treacle and colored flicker, that will make a runaway stop. Impudent children respond so much quicker when forced to drink every last drop. I brought up their father.
Well, that I do doubt. You must be so proud of the way he turned
noticing.
Mary Poppins, wherever did you come from?
She came from...
Michael?
Jane, Michael, you are very naughty to go running off like that. And I should be as angry as anything if I weren't so pleased to see you. Where's Miss Andrew?
She's gone.
Gone? Why?
She didn't give it easy, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. We found this one wandering in the park. Good night, ma'am.
George. Is she gone?
Miss Andrew, she left. George, Mary Poppins is back.
Is she? Well, what if I might have a word? Things have not gone well since you left us and...
About my wages, sir. If you don't mind, I wouldn't take any just yet. I'd prefer to let them accrue.
We don't understand how many payments are accruing as it is.
Now, I must get to work. Jane, Michael, come along, Spitzbot.
Come along, darling. After so many years of good service, you made a wrong decision. What's the worst that can happen?
Winifred, if I am to be dismissed by the bank, we'll be destitute.
We'll still have what really matters. The children and each other.
Is that locket new? What's inside it? A portrait.
Whose?
You'll know when the time comes and not before.
We'll stay this time, won't you, Mary Poppins?
I'll stay until the chain breaks.
What chain? Where?
Let's wait and see.
Uncanny, that is so hard to find.
Unique yet meek, unspeakably kind.
You're practically perfect.
And yet I'm sure there's still room for improvement. A few games more.
And where else should a chimney sweep be?
The world's awfully big, isn't it?
And what does that tell you?
That we're awfully small and unimportant?
Oh, speak for yourself.
Not I so much, but our troubles. They seem so big down in the nursery, but up here...
That's more like it. Troubles are never so bad when you look at them from a little higher up.
Brush away the dirt and soot.
Brush away your tears, cobwebs that aren't swept away.
Hang around for years.
We may look a moldy, smashed with hard grind. But when you need a helping hand, we try to step in just in time. Over the rooftop, step in time. Over the rooftop, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Over the rooftop, step in time. Kick your knees up, step in time. Kick your knees up, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Kick your knees up, step in time.
Never try to get it right. Can't seem to get it right. always remember, there's plenty of folk ready to help should you need them. Back to the nursery.
Back to the nursery! Back to the nursery, step in time! Back to the nursery, step in time! No need a reason, no need rhyme! Back to the nursery, step in time!
What's all this? What is all this?
Special delivery for George Banks Esquire.
Special delivery?
Special delivery, step in time! Special delivery, step in time! No need a reason, no need rhyme! Special delivery, step in time!
Time to go now. Good night, Governor.
Good night, Governor.
Good night, Governor.
Cheerio, Governor. Cheerio, Governor. Cheerio, Governor. Cheerio, Governor.
Ho, ho, ho. Not so fast. To the nursery now. Jane, you too. Mary Poppins, would you be good enough to explain?
First of all, I would like to make one thing quite clear.
Yes?
I never explain anything. Come along, children.
It's happened. The chairman went to see me at the close of the business tonight.
Tonight?
We might as well face it. In just a few hours, I've joined the ranks of the unemployed.
Are you quite sure?
Quite sure, so we better make some plans. Well, I never. So that's why I put them.
What are they?
Gingerbread stars. I hate once for my nanny. I used to dream when I grew up I'd learn everything to know about the stars. Funny thing, I haven't thought all that in years. I'm not usually sentimental.
It's good to look back sometimes.
It's that Poppins woman. She's responsible for all this.
I know that woman. What's that thing she's always saying? A spoonful of sugar is all it takes. It changes bread and water into tea and cakes. A spoonful of sugar goes a long, long way. So have yourself an healthy helping every day. Well, good luck, Governor.
Thank you, Bert. And good luck to you too.
Daddy, do you remember when we came to the bay?
Yes?
And you turned 6 pence in. Don't spend it wisely.
Excellent advice. What did you buy with them?
Nothing yet. We've decided to give them to you.
I suppose Mary Poppins will cheer up to this.
She hasn't said a word about it. Good night, Daddy. We do love you, you know.
Yes, he is. But just remember that he loves you very much, and that's far more important than jobs, or houses, or anything else.
Are you going to the banquet, Daddy?
I'd like to go, but I'm afraid it just isn't possible.
Mary Poppins says anything's possible.
Do you really believe that, Mary Poppins?
Anything can happen if you let it. Sometimes things are difficult, but you can let it. Doesn't have to be so.
Changes can be made.
You can move a mountain if you use a larger spade.
Anything can happen, it's a marvel.
You can be a butterfly,
Just a bud.
stretch your mind beyond fantastic. Dreams are made of strong elastic. Take some sound advice and don't forget it. Anything can happen if you let it. If you reach for the stars, or you can't on the stars, but we found a whole new spin. If
turned down a scheme that was bound to make millions and we want to know why.
Then I'll tell you, I refused Mr. Von Hustler because his scheme was hollow. He told me about assets, profits, and growth. There wasn't a word about people. I apologize for ruining the bank, but I do not apologize for understanding there are more important things in life than making money.
My dear chap, Von Hustler's scheme has ruined our rival in a nasty scandal since records began. We don't want your apologies. We're offering ours.
Oh my word.
And another thing, do you remember giving a loan to his fellow car Northbrook? Well, he's repaying it and opening 2 new factories with the percentage you negotiated. We look set to make a fortune.
Oh my word.
Well, that's just it. We very much hope you might tell us how you did it. Just give us the word, it'll be quite safe with us.
Give you the word? Give you the word? I'll give you the word, all right. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Oh, forgive him. It's not his fault. It's all because of his nanny, Miss Andrew.
The Holy Terror! She told me everything I know.
And now is your chance to forget it.
It's all right, darling. It made a big fortune.
Really?
By way of recompense, we'd like to offer you the job of senior manager with a salary at double.
Exactly how much has he made for you?
Triple. Quadruple your percent rate.
Close your mouth, George. We are not a codfish.
Well,
I accept, but you must understand one thing. From now on, my family comes first.
agreed?
Agreed.
Winifred, I'm afraid I underestimated you.
Oh, George. Anything can happen. It's official.
All done.
You can choose the super or the superficial. Sally for the way we're steering. Obstacles start disappearing. Go on, chase your dreams, you won't regret it. Anything can happen if you let it.
I love you, Mary Poppins. You're a fine boy, Michael Binks. And one day you'll be a fine man. Oh, Mary Poppins, it makes me so anxious when you talk like that. Like what? All kind and gentle, not a bit like yourself. Be cross again. Do be cross again, Mary Poppins.
Is that the thanks I get for the trouble I've taken?
That's better. Now to bed with the both of you.
It's tonight, isn't it?
I'm afraid so, Bert.
Well, goodbye then, Mary.
Goodbye, Bert. Look after yourself. In every job, when it's complete, there is a sense of bittersweet. That moment when you know the task is done. Though in your heart you'd like to stay to help things on their way, you've always known they must do it alone. They're practically perfect, and I hope it remains so.
Poppins?
She's gone.
Gone? How peculiar.
She'll be back. Now what do you think of this?
It's the best I've ever seen.
Can we fly it together?
Oh, Daddy. Mary Poppins won't be back. She's gone forever.
My dear, how could you possibly know such a thing?
Because we don't need her. Not anymore. And other families will, won't they, Daddy?
They will.
I wonder if she's right, George. We really could do without a nanny from now on. What do you think?
I think you better dance with me.
George, this is serious.
Look, a shooting star. We should wish on it.
Oh, I think we can do better than that. If you reach for the stars, all you get are the stars, but we found a whole new space.